Okay, I am officially live, and if no one joins, I'm gonna stop being live and delete this forever. So, for now, I'm just gonna wait for people to start coming in. Hello, Drawing 23 GG. Hi, Strawberry Cow. Love the names. You guys are so creative. Hello, everyone. Echo Comics. Hello. Lex Black 1954. Hello. Good morning or good afternoon or good night wherever you are. I love seeing where you guys are from in the comments, so please sound off. What countries slash cities or continents are you from? Howdy, Firestorm. Hello, nice to see everyone. Thanks for coming. Okay, let's see. Let's do around Spain. Really? Omar Sanchez Cifrian. Sorry, feeling quite dyslexic today. Blue Wave, hello. Also, Blue Wave from India. Love your name. Two things that I love blue and waves. Okay, we have a UK, we have an England, and we have a Germany. I have been to all three UK and England, obviously. But Germany, nice. Where from? I'm leaving Florida, but I'm from Haiti. Haiti? Is that how you pronounce it in English? Okay. I have been to Florida. Have not been to Haiti. Okay. Very nice. Okay, we have like kind of like a variety. People over like the one from Florida. Where are you? Strawberry Cow. What time is it there? It's like 1. It's a lovely time. Okay, thank you for tuning in. What are you guys doing here? I'm like, what are you doing with your life? Blue, wait, thank you. I literally just painted my nails. Where are we? Okay. Whoa, this is mirrored. I'm such a rookie. Here we go. Thank you. I just did them. Mhm. Okay, everyone in the chat. Yeah, pretty good. We just reached 33,000 subscribers. Can you believe it? Let me know down below if you can believe it, because honestly, I'm still like, wow, Firestorm is literally putting us all to shame. Writing first draft of my second book while crying. Um, so basically, background noise. I love to be background noise, so I'll just yap for a few minutes while you literally write the first draft of your second book. So, everyone, round of applause for Firestorm. That is super impressive. I once wrote books, I think I wrote like 4 during NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. That was during November. But apparently, NaNoWriMo no longer exists, one, and I have no no drive. Let me know what inspires you to write because I want to write again. I just am not feeling the call. Urban fantasy. So like Percy Jackson. I love urban fantasy. I was looking at my shelves the other day and I think that is what I have, like either romance or urban fantasy. And romance is kind of hard to categorize. You wrote books. Can we see the drafts? Oh my god. I literally printed out one of my drafts the other day and I was reading them and it was terrible. But I do want to edit that book because I it was terrible, don't get me wrong, but I could still see the potential in the idea. So I might do like a video documented the editing slash writing process. I do have some videos documenting one of my NaNoWriMos. I don't think it was maybe yeah, actually for that book. So you should give it a watch. Wow, yes. I'm not even got my first comic done yet. I just keep on making characters. Character, what do you call it? Creation is the most fun part of writing for me. Always. Like I do not enjoy having to create a plot. That's the part that's hardest for me. Like I rather world build or do anything else, but write a plot and a villain and an arc? No, no, no. Give me characters and I'll develop them. ADHD and overactive imagination mostly. You love to see it. Okay. I'll just have to get me some of those then. Daughter of Aphrodite, hi. Love to see you here. Spent so long making characters, love making them. Yes. I have like 100 character ideas for my half a plot idea, so it's hard. Okay, PGO. Okay, I always say PGO, and no one had ever called me out on it. And it's PJO, but PGO just rolls off the tongue for me. So Percy Jackson, the Olympians, got me into reading and love your videos. Thank you so much. I love making videos, so that works out for both of us. I'm doing two little projects. I'm writing a fan fiction and I'm writing a comic, but it's 250 Great British pounds for an illustrator. Damn. Yeah, that's hard. What's the fan fiction on? What are your kids writing fan fiction on these days? I have like 6 books in the main series planned and like 5 side trilogies. Oh my goodness. You guys. If it were PGO, what would it be? Percy Jackson? or should we just change his last name altogether? I don't know. Sorry, guys. English is not my native language, so PJO just doesn't sound right. It's PGO. Now I don't know how I pronounce it. It's like that time where I was like, I said ong so many times talking about the movie that I just say ong now instead of ong. But anyway, I feel like I came here to talk about nothing. So if you guys have any questions, this could be like a little Q&A, or if you just want to talk about what you're doing, we could also do that. Percy Gabe's Annoying Olympians. Honestly, that would be a good title. I don't know why Rick Riordan did not think of it, but he produced a great fandom anyway. Come on, guys. Give me questions, or I'll just have to be forced to think of things to talk about. And I have already been forced to socialize a lot today. So I think you guys should do most of the heavy lifting here. Give me something, chat. Something to work with. Did you guys see the leaks for season 3? That's something to talk about. I think season 3 is gonna wreck us. And I've been seeing they just released like a 2-second clip of Tom Holland in Spider-Man 4, and it's giving the same vibe as Percy in season 3. So I'm really looking forward to having those two characters. Okay. I'm inventing a magic school. Doing anything fantasy related in writing is so hard because you have to build the world from the ground up. So I commend you. That is impressive. I am in India. Oh, love it. And you're a Speak Now fan, so clearly you have great taste. Have you ever curled on your hair? I feel like you look good with really curly hair. What are you looking at right now? This is my hair. Naturally curly. What do you what else do you want from me? I can't do more than this. This is already enough, I feel like. But have I curled my hair? Not by myself. My sister has curled my hair, and my friends have curled my hair. I think there might be a video somewhere in the vault of me with curled hair, but I feel like for the last 2 years, I've had my hair curly for my videos. Okay. What godly mission do you think the eighth Percy Jackson and the Olympians book is going to have? That's a very good question because we have gotten Ganymede. Well, I guess he had a lot of side quests in book 7, which is why I liked it way more than book 8. But I don't know. I think it'll be another minor god because, keeping on theme. But do you think it'll be another one that we already know of, like in book 8, or will it be more like random side gods that we have never really interacted with in the universe? I honestly don't know. It would be cool if we got like Nemesis, or what was Janus? A callback to someone we already know and who might have beef with Percy and the crew. I just hope that Rick writes a better book than Wrath of the Triple Goddess, because I'm famous for not having liked it too much. Do you have any graphic novels you recommend other than Heartstopper? Because I've already read them. That's a very good question, Daughter of Aphrodite. For graphic novels, I really like the Lumberjanes series, What else? I am not currently in my room, so I can't do that hack where I just look at my shelf and tell you what I'd recommend. Lumberjanes is definitely one of them. If you like comics, I really, really love Marvel's Runaways. It's my favorite comic book of all time. If we're not taking into account the Super Sons, I feel like it's one of those two. Um, what else? Come on, come on. I'm trying to picture my shelf. I know what's next. Oh, Giant Days. I also really like Giant Days. If you're like into early adulthood YA college era, then definitely those. And Heavy Vinyl, I also really liked. And there was a pink one on my shelf that I really enjoyed the second time around as well. American Born Chinese is a really good one that I read for school. So if you want to read a very cool one and learn a bit about Chinese mythology, that's a very good one. I feel like I've given like quite a few recs. If you are into like webtoons, I really, really recommend School Bus Graveyard. I read it like 4 years ago. I started reading it 4 years ago. I'm still reading it because they're still publishing it, but it's so good. That first season that they put out on that bus, and the best part, you can read it for free. School Bus Graveyard. I feel like the artist slash author is called just Red. They go by Red. You really, really want to pick that one up. Okay. Wait. I yapped a lot about the graphic novels. Mm. Okay, let's see. What are you guys saying? Right now, I finished The Lost Hero and is trying to read The Son of Neptune. The Lost Neptune. I just corrected it in my brain. Good. Both good books. You're gonna enjoy the journey. Mhm. I'm waiting for the Rachel Elizabeth Dare casting. Why can't they cast her? They literally said, I feel like sometimes I have to ask you guys for confirmation because I consume so much Percy Jackson content and so many news that I forget which ones are real and which ones aren't. But I would swear that I read somewhere that either Becky or Rick himself stated that they're not going to cast Rachel for season 3 because it was already like overcrowded with new characters, especially female characters, I guess. So I would swear, not on my life, on someone else's, that they are simply not going to cast Rachel for season 3 and they're going to introduce her as a new character in season 4, which personally I'm not a fan of. I get it, okay, I respect it, but I don't think it's such a good idea simply because I like the fact that Percy had met Rachel before, and that was the grounds on which Annabeth got jealous. It was more justified because she was like, okay, you knew her, you didn't tell me about her, but she knows about us, and how did I not know about her? So I like that, them having like a history, even though obviously it wasn't very extensive. So yes, I'm also waiting for that, but I feel like maybe until season 3 is already like all the way out, we might not get it. Very sad, I know, but I think that's what they're gonna do. Favorite chapter of your favorite Percy Jackson book? Favorite chapter? Probably, spoilers for anyone who hasn't read book 5, probably the chapter where they're celebrating the end of the war, celebrating Percy's birthday, and Annabeth shows up with a blue cupcake. I thought that was adorable, and I back in my day, oh, like a decade ago, I had the scene memorized. So you know how that scene ends. Obviously, it's my favorite. I do not recall the name, but I'm not that far gone. Ooh, I just finished Magnus Chase, and in my opinion, it is better than the entirety of Trials of Apollo. Sound off in the comments. What do you like better? I think that's an intense take. However, I think Trials of Apollo was the start of the descent in quality of Rick's writing, and especially because he kept forgetting the lore that he himself had created and what was going on with his characters, which was later then evident in Wrath of the Triple Goddess. Am I right, chat? What's your least favorite color? That's a very interesting question, Blue Wave. I love all of these. To wear, it's either I'm sorry to the girlies in the chat. I I'm not a fan of wearing pink or purple. I feel like with my skin tone, which is now beautifully blending with my walls, I feel like it doesn't look good. But I'm just gonna say that my favorite colors, let's keep it positive, are blue, green, and yellow because they're very pretty. Hmm. Ooh. Hmm. And also any non-spicy romance books. I really need Rex. Okay, non-spicy romance books. I have one. What is it? No, I'm picturing one, but the title is not coming out. Okay, My Mechanical Romance. Right? Are you writing this down? My Mechanical Romance. One. Then the next ones you really want to pick up are Dungeons and Drama. That's essential. And then afterwards, you read the second book in the series. The characters aren't connected, but the themes are. And that the second book is called Dating and Dragons. You're really gonna want to pick those up because the third one is coming out, I feel like, in May. So you're gonna love them. I know it because I love them. I feel like Three Rex is pretty good, but I'm trying to think. It's the gay Greece retelling in Mother Times. Every time I've reread that one, I've been like, okay, this is a good YA romance book, and it's just so well written. So like the characters are very human. Chat, if you know what book I'm talking about, please let me know because it's really good. And I typically I feel like it's the vibe I'm getting is only mostly devastated. I feel like it's that one. It has a blue cover. Webtoon, oh my god, have you read Heartstopper? Obviously, I've read Heartstopper. I have several videos on it actually. They are going to release the last one soon, right? I feel like in June. I'm so excited. Do you have any YA fantasy Rex? Okay, once again, looking at a non existent bookshelf. When you say fantasy, could you include urban fantasy in that? Because then I think you should just read the Shadowhunter verse. If you like Percy Jackson, and I'm guessing you do because you're here, then you're gonna love that because Cassandra Clare and Rick Riordan know each other, and also on top of that, it's an expansive universe like the Rick Riordan verse. So there's like 100 series, 3,000 books. You're gonna be entertained for a while, but there is some incest. You'll read it and you'll understand it. Yep, Becky said that there are some characters that won't be in season 3 and later. I feel like she was mostly talking about Will, who they have said time and time again, to my chagrin, that he is not going to be casted before Heroes of Olympus, if they ever do that, or if they ever do a Trials of Apollo, which for me doesn't make sense because their reasoning is we don't want to cast anyone in case something changes later on because they're kids, blah blah blah. But Nico has already been cast, and Will and Nico, they're like this. So I feel like if you already took the plunge with Nico, which was obviously necessary, then just do the same thing with Will. They literally go hand in hand. Rachel starting in 4 feels stupid because starting a book where they need a clear-sighted mortal by meeting a random clear-sighted mortal feels very plot. You're right. You're right. I agree. It just feels too easy. My friend told me to read School Bus Graveyard, and I think this is a signal for me to finally read it. Yes, am I that friend? Because I agree, you should read School Bus Graveyard. It's so good, and I feel like not a lot of people are talking about it outside the webtoon community. And I want to spread the love, especially because this year they are finally publishing the book in a physical format, the graphic novel. So this is the perfect time to get into it. I need season 4 to be renewed. We need the blue hairbrush. When do you think they might renew it? Okay, I have thought about this a lot. My initial thoughts were that as soon as we finished with season 2, as soon as it stopped airing, that we would get a renewal for season 4. That might have been naive, but that's literally what happened between seasons 1 and 2. And then randomly a year later, before season 2 had even come out, we got a season 3 renewal. So I was like, maybe they'll just keep doing that, which to me made sense. However, now I'm like, maybe they'll do it like season 3 in March. It's currently mid March. We haven't gotten any news. I feel like the last news we got were the Apollo casting news, and those were a while ago. So now I'm feeling like they're either going to renew it when they start promoting season three, or they might just wait for season three to finish airing and then renew it, which for me is very sad news because then it'll mean that it'll take a while for them to start writing season four, then to start preparing and start filming and start editing, meaning that we'll go back to the 2 year gap between seasons that we had between seasons one and two, as opposed to the just 1 year gap between seasons two and three, which is how it should be. Please, Disney, just renew it this March. People, manifest it in the comments down below. We need a renewal. And for that, please keep watching the show. Just rewatch it, play it in the background. I don't. Okay, how do I say this? The show isn't my favorite. I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10, but it's entertaining and I love seeing Percy Jackson adapted, even if I don't agree with all of the changes. Okay, but with that being said, and with me not being its number one fan, I still wanted them to see the whole adaptation through. It would make me so mad for them to just do 3 seasons. Okay, Percy Jackson deserves a full adaptation. Manifest that in the chat, please. Ooh, Echo Comics 1 has started reading the new series called Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Very interesting so far, but I don't feel like Red Rising has been out for a while, right? I feel like the other day I read a meme that said that Red Rising was to guys what Twilight is to girls. So after reading it, Echo Comics, please confirm. Thoughts on Ella Purnell as Maria D'Angelo fan casting? Give me a sec because I have no clue who that is. I wonder if Maria D'Angelo is even gonna make an appearance in the show because I don't think we ever, you know, unless we're talking about the Nico D'Angelo book, I don't think she ever physically. No? Did we get a flashback? But why would Percy see it? Maybe in a dream? Let me know down below. I haven't read like book 5 in a while. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? This woman, this this literal child, as a mother of two, she's very pretty, and I think she could do it, but I think she's way too young to play a mother of two. So, unfortunately, I don't think so. This is the girl, the girl who plays that character on Amazon Prime with the huge eyes. So, I like her, but I think she's way too young. So, I'm sorry. I think Cabin Perseus that she's way too young. Ooh, Heartstopper 6 is coming out on July 2nd, I believe. Thank you, Daughter of Aphrodite. That is very, very exciting news. And Alice said that they won't release the movie before we get volume 6. So the movie is already all filmed. And I'm guessing it's been like edited and, prepared. So I wonder when we will get that movie. But I'm just waiting for that announcement. I'm afraid, but thank God they already filmed it because they've aged out of the characters and it's time. It's time to end it and end it well. The real Dustin Henderson. Are you? Are you the real Dustin Henderson? Has got to go. Don't tell Percy, but I'm getting a blue Powerade. You guys, okay. Bye, the real Dustin Henderson. I'm sorry. I didn't like the final season of your show. You kind of lost me after season 3. When do you think we're getting Hestia and Paul Blowfist casting? Very interesting question because Paul should be making an appearance in season 3. Obviously, we got the Paul's car in season 2, so he's already in Sally's life in canon. But in terms of casting, I think they might announce him like around the end of summer. They usually announce things there at whoa, now I'm yellow. D23, is that what they call it? The Disney thingamading. So I think there probably they like announcing things in the summer when I'm away. That's when they love to do it. Also when I go to the cinema. You guys know this. You guys know the lore. In terms of Hestia, settle a debate for me in the comments. Does Hestia show up at the end of book three, the tennis course, or is the first time that she's seen during like a campfire at the start of book five, The Last Olympian? Nuha B3Q just joined. What's going on? Nothing really. I'm accepting questions and opinions and comments. We see Maria die and Hades save the kids. Okay. In what book, though? I guess that's either. No, that could be any book. Three, four, or five. I'm guessing four. Let me know if I'm correct. Can you guys. If we don't get a season four, we will not get a Percy Annabeth kiss. And that's all I want. That for us to get the Percabeth that we deserve, don't fall, guys. don't don't fall, because you're currently balanced on some cookbooks, and don't want to see you guys fall. But yes, we need to get a season four so we can get to the freaking volcano, and then we can get that scene, and I can literally die happy. Okay, I have a question, says Nuha. What's your opinion on Rick making another series? Not with the Percy Jackson characters or even in the same world, but a completely different concept. I think that's unlikely because currently Rick has devoted most of his attention to the TV show and also to writing Percy Jackson books that are going to be used to promote the TV show. So I feel like until we get to like 2020, 2030, and we already have the five seasons of Percy Jackson and the Olympians, he won't be able to dedicate his time and attention to doing anything new. Like, at least Percy Jackson is comfortable for him. He can slip into that universe anytime he wants because he knows it, even though he's forgotten half of it. But anything new, I think we might just get a prequel. No, not a sequel to Daughter of the Dead, because that's an established universe. It's Jules Verne's. It's easier to do. But something really new, unless he does Celtic mythology, which I feel like that's what he was studying, right? He got a master's degree or something. Unless he does that, I think it's very unlikely to get anything new, completely, totally new by Rick. Because the poor guy, he is at least like 50 something years old and he has a lot going on with his life. So I don't know. He would need like a big breather. Remember, guys, he helps develop the show and write the scripts. So he's a busy, busy guy. Mm-mm. Okay, the Athena Kevin PJO says, oh my god, you're my favorite YouTuber. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Oh, with budget cuts, we won't have Rachel and Paul in season three. Susanna and the long weekends of numbers. I don't think that's it. I really don't think it has to do with budget at all. It's simply because season three is already a departure for season two. We are substituting Annabeth for a lot of new characters in a TV show meant for kids, younger kids, middle grade age kids, and they're going to suddenly see that it's not summer anymore and that we're getting a lot of different characters that they didn't know before. We're getting a lore expansion. A lot of things start happening in season three. I think it would be maybe too much to introduce other characters. Not for me, obviously, not for anyone who's read the books, but I feel like that's the mindset of the Disney people right now. Unfortunately, because obviously we all want to see them, right? I'm guessing you guys are all saying yes from your own houses. Okay, Percy saw Maria Nico when he tried to summon her soul, but ended up with a memory of Maria in his dream in The Last Olympian. Okay. That makes sense. It took you a while, Nico is completely fine, but I got the explanation. The Last Olympian. Okay, that was one of my three guesses, so I'm glad I'm right. Okay, what do you think about Percy Jackson, the Greek Gods, and Percy Jackson and the Greek Heroes? I think they are very, very pretty books. They are beautifully illustrated, and if you want to learn things about Greek mythology, Greek heroes, Greek gods, obviously, I think they are very good books for that. And if you're a collector, again, they're very good books for that because they will look beautiful on your shelf and they have very, very pretty illustrations. The art artist, it's like something Rococo or something. I don't remember what he's called, but he's done, I think he's the same one as the first Heroes of Olympus covers. I think he is one of the best things to happen to the Percy Jackson fandom. Obviously, after Birchbug and Varia, they are the two very best things that have happened. What was I talking about? Do I think they're good? I think they're good. I don't think they're necessary. They're expensive as well. So if you don't need them, you don't need to buy them. Okay. You just need them if you're a collector. Then I respect wanting to have them and to see them on your shelf. But really, you don't need them. And I feel like at first they only did hardcovers, but now there's like paperbacks of it. So if you want those are less expensive, but less pretty as well. Ooh, interesting question, Nuha. Have you read The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes? If you haven't, you really, really should. I don't know if it was you, but I feel like someone else recommended it to me and I downloaded all the books. And fun fact, I have read them without actually saying anything on this channel. So, yes, I've read all four books. I feel like I marathoned them late last year. I was very surprised by them. They were not what I was expecting. They focused way more on the FBI aspect than on the characters. And they are very interesting books because they spend the whole first book developing a love triangle and a relationship. And then, as soon as said relationship gets together officially, it's not important anymore to the plot whatsoever. Sometimes it is, but not because of them specifically. Like we barely get to see any moments. So let me know what you think about that because I was so confused. I thought we were going to get like a hardcore ship, and they just felt like colleagues after a while that were together officially in name only. So I was very, very confused. Hasn't season three wrapped up filming? Yes, I actually made a short video, a short on it, I feel like last week. So, very recent. They wrapped filming, yes, but we don't have any news about season four so far. So, presumably, they're already starting to maybe write the scripts as they did with season one before season two was renewed. But we don't know anything officially as of now. Right now, the 17th of March of 2026. Ooh, I'm also reading the Invincible graphic novels at the moment as a different change of pace from Red Rising. Okay, also like aliens and space, so is it really that different? I have not read the comics. I don't think they would be very much my style, but I have watched the TV show, and Mark, he's just not my quintessential favorite character, because usually if you watch literally any TV shows, you can spot my favorite character miles away. I am so basic. It's usually the same guy, different fonts. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. But Mark, I love him. I like it when he cries. And I usually don't like my characters to be angsty, but there's something about Mark I'm like, yes, give me all the angst. And also I love his relationship with Adam Eve. So, oh, now I'm making myself want to look up fan art. Also, not a fandom with a lot of good fanfic. I think it's because the fan base is predominantly male, and guys either don't write fanfic or don't write very good fanfic. As per usual, it's the women in a fandom who carry the fandom. Go figure. What's your ranking on the seven? That's such a terrible thing to say. Do you mean as like chapters or characters? Because that might be a little bit different. Obviously, Percy, get ready because I'm not going to say this again and this might get controversial. As of 2026, and it has changed so many freaking times, it's Percy, then it's Annabeth, then I think still holding strong, if we only look at Heroes of Olympus, it has to be Leo because he was my ride or die when I first read it. Then get ready, people, because this opinion would get me punched by my tween self. Then it's Jason. I have changed so much, but I feel like Jason is probably one of the characters with the most potential out of the seven. Then I don't know, the other ones are boring to me as POVs, but interesting as side characters in other perspectives. So I would say Piper definitely has a lot of potential. And then for me, Hazel and Frank are pretty similar, so I don't know. I'm just gonna put them together so I don't create more controversy because I feel like I've already said enough. What? Okay, what's this question? Do you think Rick will eventually hand over the writing to his son Haley if he wants to continue the book series? Okay, you're right. Haley did write the Son of Magic story. I don't think so. And honestly, I hope when Rick stops writing, his writing dies with him. No, okay, no. I just don't want anyone else to write in this universe. Mark Oshiro, I'm sure, is a great author outside the Percy Jackson universe. I'm sure. I'm sure the books written by them are great. I just think that they didn't understand the characters. I'm sorry, I've said this time and time again. Nico and Will were very out of character for me, so I'm scared and I don't want anyone to touch my characters anymore. Rick, he's already an issue. He's already forgotten everything. So I don't trust anyone. So I would rather the universe just end, not this one, the book universe, than being written by someone else. Unpopular opinion, but I don't like the show. The Athena Cabin, that's not really an unpopular opinion. I feel like a lot of people don't like the show, which is valid, but a lot of people also like the show, which is also valid. As we say in Spanish, para gustos los colores. Not everyone is meant to like the same thing. If you like Percy Jackson, the books will always be there for you. So, that's fine. You don't like the show? Perfect. You like the show? Perfect. Better for you because they're making more seasons. The show is a decent show, but to me, lacks in many places as an adaptation when it comes to converting core aspects of the series. I think it boils down to what people as individuals wanted out of it. I agree. I don't think it's a perfect adaptation. I don't think a perfect adaptation exists, but I think you can get pretty close to perfect, and that isn't it for me. You know what really bothers me? Okay, I like getting controversials in live videos. I feel like it allows me certain freedom that scripted or, other edited videos doesn't allow because more people watch. So now that there's only 25 people watching, I am going to get as controversial as I am ever going to get. So the 25 of you better enjoy it. And now I've lost my train of thought. No, no, it's gone. What were you talking about? Yes, the show. Oh, something that really gets my blood boiling is how some people are now retroactively, after loving the show, being like, oh yeah, the books weren't that great and a lot of aspects needed to be changed. That really gets me raging because the books are objectively that great and you can love the books and love the show without tearing one or the other down. But to me, the fact that some people now are like, oh, actually, some things were really messy. They were terribly done. The characters were also like badly written. Like, are you for real with me? Because if you thought the books weren't that good, why did you want an adaptation? It's like the same people. It really irks me. Let me know if you know anyone like that. Oh, daughter of Aphrodite. Hate to see you go. Let me know if you know anyone like that because I've been seeing so many of those people up in my comments, and you know they really, really annoy me. So that's probably like I don't know. I'd rather you say you just don't like the books, but to say that the show made the story better because the books weren't that good, I feel like that's disrespecting me to my face as an OG fan. Wait, Cabin Persis, are you for real? Is Invisible season 2 premiering tomorrow? I completely forgot it was coming out. Please let me know. Confirm down below because you just made me so excited. I forgot it was coming out soon. I say after that whole rant about the Percy Jackson TV show. Okay, Fenris1470 says, congratulations and claimed on this epic milestone. Thank you. Remember when I asked you guys for Q&A questions? months ago because we reached 30,000. Well, that Q&A is coming out soon, very, very soon. I think it's coming out next week. And a lot of interesting things are going to be said in that video. So you are going to want to stay tuned and watch that because there have been so many things changing in my life, which means so many changes for this channel. You are gonna want to watch that. That's going to be damn. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Nuha, is there drama in the inheritance games? Because I have that book downloaded, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's getting a book or TV show adaptation. So now you're making me wanna read it. Okay, Nico is completely fine. Says I love Jason too. With that username, I'm not too shocked. Hmm. Nuha, I have not read any of those books. Let me know if they're any good. Okay. Do you think there will be an Endgame style finale book to the entire universe? Hmm. I think Rick definitely hinted at it. I think it was either the last Trial of Apollo book. Yes, I think it was that one. He definitely hinted at it. I don't think that Rick has the time or brain power to do that right now because it would make a lot of people angry if he didn't devote himself fully to do that, especially if he's just going to end the series with one singular book. It has to be a good book. He has to end on a high note. So I don't think it's coming out anytime soon if he's ever going to write it. People keep asking what we're talking about. You can't ask me that. I don't know. I literally, as soon as I say anything, I forget what I've said. So don't ask me to be accountable for my words because I've already forgotten. Ooh. Echo Comics says, I do feel very singled out as a male writing fan fiction, even if it's just for my friend, because I'm going to college soon and she loves Percy Jackson like I do, and she would love it before I left. You should totally write fan fiction for your friends. The first time that I wrote anything was fan fiction it was a crossover between Percy Jackson and my life. So I literally wrote fan fiction where I dated or was going to date eventually Leo Valdez, of course, because Percy was taken. My friend McKenna, I feel like she was dating Will Solis. Good times. This was in the before times, 2013. And my friend Brooke, we just, she was dating Travis because we needed another male character. And way back when, I had only read up to The Lost Hero. My friend Julia was dating Niall Horan, though. We ran out of guys. But you should definitely write fan fiction. It's just so fun to do. By the way, your outfit is really pretty. Thank you. This shirt always reminds me of my older brother. It feels very Carlos coded, and he's now in Australia. So every time I wear it, I'm like, wow, I'm cosplaying as my older brother. Also, I'm all like made up because I went to like an important ceremony this morning. So I was like, I look so pretty. I should do something. I should film something because what business do I have looking this pretty at home and not doing anything? I'm not going anywhere. Okay, Kevin Perseus just confirmed Invincible Season 2 comes out tomorrow. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy because I really, really want more from that relationship. I want to see everything. I'm prepared to be traumatized. Okay. Have you read Caraval? I have not. I feel like I'm one of the only people who has a book related YouTube channel who hasn't read that. Should I read it? Let me know if I should put it on my list. I've heard a lot of good things about it, so maybe I will. It's just one book, right? Just one. What is your opinion on the Heroes of Olympus adaptation in an it says Arachne? but I feel like that should be arcane style animation. I think I would prefer that to a live action. Okay, obviously, we know the most iconic Heroes of Olympus animation is that anime esque opening video that is like 10 seconds long, but it has all of them and it looks so cute. And it also has Reina and Nico, and it's the coolest animation I've ever seen. Obviously, something like that would be very cool. However, I think the main cast that we have now would probably want to be in the Heroes of Olympus adaptation. So I guess they could come back to reprise their roles as voice actors, but I don't know. I think actually Percy Jackson and the Olympians works better in animation, but Heroes of Olympus, since it's so teenagey and messy, I would really want to see a live action adaptation. Obviously, if we get animation, I am not complaining because I am one of the only adults who respects animation as an art form, and I would love to see it. Okay, I did not see this before, but Carl Kaboom for one just donated like $5. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, but I really appreciate it. So thank you, Carl. Love you. And I love your profile picture. Sadie Sink would have been perfect for Rachel Elizabeth Dare if she was the same age as the kids. Yeah, too bad she's like of drinking age now in the US, which is saying something. I feel like people forget that people can dye their hair, but also in this climate, I guess no one has dyed their hair in the Percy Jackson TV show so far, so I guess fair enough. But I like unknown actors for the kids. I think that's a good direction to go in. Right, the Inheritance Games had a lot of drama. Also, you seem like someone who would love webtoon comics, and if you do, read School Bus Graveyard. Okay, you mustn't have been here before because I literally had a whole rant about School Bus Graveyard. I love it. So, I've already read the whole thing. The end of season one, let's talk about that. That was insane. I read that, I was like, my life is over. How am I gonna recover from that? I recovered as soon as season two came out, but for a while there, I was traumatized. Also, let's talk about the end of season two. Once again, traumatized. If Red knows how to do something, it's how to end a season. So, again, PSA, read School Bus Graveyard. It's great. And most importantly, it's free to read online. What a question, Echo Comics. How do you think Cecile was would react to Percy Jackson if he crossed into Invincible universe? I think he wouldn't be too worried. Obviously, he has his hands full with Mark Invincible. Percy's pretty powerful, but Invincible would kill him in the blink of an eye. Like, no cap, he'd be dead like this if Mark wanted him dead. So, sorry to this man, but Cecile would be like, thank you for your help and for your service to this country. But I have other troubled kids to worry about. Caraval is a trilogy? What? I have never heard of the other books in the series. Let me know the titles down below, because literally never seen it. I know Caraval, and I know the cover, and I feel like that's iconic. What do you mean it's a trilogy? I guess everything is a trilogy nowadays, but huh. I love doing lives because I learned so much, especially now that I haven't been on Instagram for all of Lent. I don't know anything. I feel like I don't know anything that happens. Anything that happens, I don't know what's going on. So, you guys, thank you for keeping me updated. hmm I believe Walker has said before that he would want to do a Heroes of Olympus adaptation. He did. He did an interview promoting season two with Arian and with Leah, and he said that he is more interested in starting to do Heroes of Olympus than doing Percy Jackson 7 and 8, which I obviously 100% agree with. How are you going to do the Chalice of the Gods if you haven't done Heroes of Olympus? It makes no sense because chronologically it's after that. So please make it make sense. I know it's the ones that are currently coming out, but I mean, here is Chalice of the Gods and Wrath of the Triple Goddess, and here's Heroes of Olympus. Okay, there's no comparing the two. Objectively, I will say this. That's my ultimatum. I feel like Rachel Elizabeth Dare, Red, is one of the few characters in the show that needs to have red hair. I agree. I feel like her looks are so iconic, especially because there aren't that many redheads around, that they should really try to get a redhead. Or, this is gonna be a very hot take, but have the actress dye her hair red. I know, it's crazy. I just invented the concept, but, or even, like, if you don't wanna have a teenager dye their hair, which I feel like isn't the end of the world, give her a wig. I feel like Disney can afford a red wig. Okay. Okay. Carl Kaboom says, happy to help out someone with the confidence to talk about their interest online, and thanks for the compliments. You're welcome. Confidence to talk about their interests online. Yeah. I mean, I'm just surprised that there's anyone willing to listen to me yap about it for 50 minutes. So thank you. Who do you think wins in a fight, Percy or Harry? Probably depends on whether if they had prep time. Because if they had prep time, I feel like Hermione could really counsel Harry on what spells to use to defeat Percy. Like, if they know each other's abilities, then I think if Percy can't dodge, probably Harry. But they're meeting face to face and they don't know each other's abilities, probably Percy, because Harry always goes with Expelliarmus. Sorry for the terrible pronunciation just then. But that wouldn't work on Percy, obviously. And if Percy is really mad and wants to survive, he'll do some crazy bloodbending magic. And, you know, so it really depends on the situation. I feel like when I asked ChatGPT to tell me who would win in a fight for a video, and ChatGPT was always like, they wouldn't want to fight. They're both pacifists. They want to be friends. I'm like, well, that doesn't make a very good video, does it? Don't forget, Percy can bloodbend if he doesn't have Annabeth. You're right. I feel like if their significant others were in harm's way, then Percy would 100% do a lot more to get Annabeth back than Harry and Ginny. Harry doesn't care nearly as much for Ginny as Percy does for Annabeth. Those are just facts. Reread books 6 and 7. Ah, damn it. Don't say anything about that in the chat. I didn't say anything. This never happened. Okay, about Carabel, I think it's a good book and has a really cool universe that is nicely explored. But I don't feel like the characters were very well written and I couldn't connect to any of them. Valentina, that kind of puts me off because I read books for the characters. Like, I would rather read a book with a mid plot if it has like really well written characters or very interesting characters than a book with like an incredible plot or incredible writing if it has boring characters or not well written characters. So I don't know. I think I'll look into it. But a lot of people seem to like it. Yep, guys, we need season 4 announcement. I'm literally dying. We need it. Yeah, we're all dying, but I feel like we're getting season 3 at the end of this year, so we're not dying that much. We have some sustenance. Okay, so it's Caraval Legendary. Epic vibes. And Finale? It's called Finale? And then novella called Spectacular. I feel like those aren't very good titles because if you type those titles, they're just words. They're all just words. Okay, Caraval has a pretty nice plot, and the ending was very good, even though I wasn't interested in reading the other books. Ugh, you're not doing the best. I mean, you're explaining it very well, but you're not selling it very well. A big part of Annabeth was being against the stereotype of dumb blonde, talking about Rachel having red hair. I feel like in 2026 specifically, no one really cares about dumb blondes anymore. And there are other stereotypes that black girls have to fight against. So I feel like that balances it out. Percy is also extremely resistant to magic outside of the Greek pantheon. Is he? Because the Harry Potter magic is pretty direct. It's not just like the abstract concept of magic. I feel like if he's hit with an Avada Kedavra, he would die. That's just my personal opinion. And also, if you do like Locomotor Mortis, where all his limbs are twisted, I feel like he wouldn't be resistant to that. Wait a minute, your nails look like the Arrow Ace flag. That's so fun. I didn't even do it on purpose. You are so right. If I exchanged one of these, if I had more fingers, I could do. Oh, you are so right, bestie. I literally saw a YouTuber with nails like this, and I was like, I want to do them like that because I love blue and white for nail polish. So I bought yellow just for this. But you're right. If I get an orange, I could do that. You're so right. Sarah, galaxy brain right there. I just wanted to come here and say that your Arrow Ace Q&A video really helped me out, so thank you for sharing your experience. You are so welcome. That is literally one of my favorite videos I've ever filmed. It was weird to edit and weird to film because I was like, just exposing really deep feelings and opinions to strangers online. But I felt like I was ready because I had been thinking about making that video for at least 3 years, but I could never do it. And last year I did it, and I'm so happy that I did because clearly from the comments it resonates with a lot of people. And nothing makes me more happy than my content resonating with people. So thank you, especially when it has to do with me. That's the narcissist in me talking. Okay, I think Mark and Percy are the same in the way that if you hurt Eve or Annabeth, you are screwed. Yes, I told you. I have a type. The type is Percy. He is the model. It's Percy. It's Styles from Teen Wolf. It's Mark from Invincible. It's Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. It's Hinata from Haikyuu. Let me know any fandom, and I will let you know my favorite character, and you will see. It's very easy. You can spot them from a mile away. I'm kind of embarrassed, but I am not gonna hide my truth. Yeah, you're definitely screwed if you mess with either of their partners. Ooh. If the Percy Jackson or Heroes of Olympus and Trials of Apollo characters were in the Hunger Games, who would win? Are we talking powers or no powers? Because I feel like if we're talking powers, then that's really unfair. But if we're talking no powers, then I think probably canon, aliveness, not related, no spoilers. I think Zoe would be really good because obviously a hunter of Artemis, they're good at surviving and they know how to live in the wilderness. So I feel like Zoe would have like a pretty good shot at it. Meg also lived by herself, but it was in a city. I think that's different because the Hunger Games, you're really thrown into a weird arena that you can't expect, and it's never going to be a city. So Sully is giving me, funnily enough, Survivor vibes. Ooh, Amanda, hi from Brazil. What time is it in Brazil? Boa tarde. Boa tarde, Amanda. Sorry, I haven't studied Portuguese in like 5 years, but that's what I learned. Mm-mm. What's your opinion on people complaining about the changes? Would you want less changes in season three for those people who are complaining to maybe calm down a little bit? I have learned after 15 years of being a fangirl in general that people are literally going to complain about everything. And online, they're not going to hide their complaints. Online, they're more annoying than literally anywhere else because people in person are way more chill because they can't hide behind anonymity. I can't hide behind anonymity. My face is right here. So I think people are very annoying. They're going to complain about it being too similar to the books, about it being too dissimilar to the books. No one or not everyone is going to be 100% happy. Like, whatever way it goes, there's always someone that's going to be upset. So, as long the court, the show is already finding its identity after two seasons. So, the people who don't like either of those seasons are probably not going to enjoy the show going forward. They do say that season three is the most similar to the book. So there's some hope there for people who didn't really like seasons one and two. But Disney has molded the show in a way that I feel like its identity is pretty separate from the books already. So even if they do show things that are more in accordance to canon from the books, it's still going to be different enough from the books that people might not like it, even if they are more accurate to the story. All of this to say, people are stupid. They're going to complain either way. So if you love the show, watch it. If you like it, watch it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. That's fine. Literally, no one is forcing you to. I just wanted to do this for half an hour and I just saw that it was. I've been talking for an hour. Okay. I don't know what that says about me and being a narcissist, but that's fine. Okay. So many people just came in and asked so many questions. Yeah, everyone needs to calm down. That's always my conclusion. Do you read School Bus Graveyard fanfic? No, I don't think I've ever read a fanfic for a graphic novel. That just feels weird. But I do like, what's their names? Ashley and Adrian? I love that ship. I just want them to get together. Okay? I want to say your names, guys, but I feel like I'm going to butcher them. Yogi Cott says, oh my god, hi. Oh my god, hi. And Ingrid, hey. The Taylor Swift hand heart, love to see it. Hey, just watch that video. As an arrow ace man, I struggle so much with loneliness and need to be loved. Don't we all? My suggestion that I'm still looking for, find a best friend who's arrow ace. I feel like that's the best solution that any of us can look for. Also, why do so many people have Clippy as their profile picture now? Do kids these days even know what Clippy is? I'm so confused. I've been seeing it so much. What are your thoughts on Jason being an interesting parallel of what Percy could have been? Like the Boy Scout Percy, also, is it a hot take to say Son of Neptune is one of the best Percy Jackson books? To that second part, yes, it's a hot take, but I'll allow it. Um, I don't think Percy would have ever been like that. I feel like if the roles were reversed, Percy would never have Jason's personality. So I don't know. I think it's more interesting to see what they both did in a position of power in their respective camps. I feel like how they handle Bianca and Zoe's deaths in the series will either make or break the rest of the series. True. I feel like I'll cry either way. Katniss would still win, Lon or Zoe. I don't know. I think Zoe could give her pretty good fight. And I feel like Zoe doesn't care as much about killing other people as Katniss. Okay, Susanna says, I like your videos, although I sometimes have different opinions. We love to see it. If we all shared the same opinions, the world would be a dictatorship and very, very boring. Variety is the spice of life. I agree. So it's good to hear different perspective. I've got to go, but thank you. You're great. Okay. Bye, Susanna. Thanks for coming. Percy would die immediately? I don't think he would. I think we should give Percy a chance to survive the Hunger Games. When I did the Hunger Games with Percy Jackson characters in a Hunger Games simulator, you should go watch that video. It's so fun. Percy, I feel like he survived quite a bit. Ugly Percy survived way longer, though. If you get that reference, you're a real one. Do you prefer Nico or Leo as characters, not POVs? By the way, I don't think you would like her. Well, okay. I'm getting that vibe. As POVs, no, you said as characters. As characters, I don't know, it's hard to separate them from their latest books, where I think they're very out of character, both of them. Mm, I'd say Nico, which is very controversial for younger me, but I feel like Nico really had a good run. If we stick to those first 5 books, great run. First 10 books, still good run. He was good in Trials of Apollo as well. I really liked him there. From then onwards, I'd rather not speak on it. Excited for Spider-Man brand new day trailer tomorrow? You know I am. I saw that 2-second clip and I burst out screaming. It was so good. It was just Tom Holland, but I love him, so. Hi from Poland. I don't know how to say hi in Polish. Let me know down below. What's your favorite epic song? You can't just ask a woman that, okay? It's Suffering. from the Thunder Saga. That's the one I listened to the most, but Would You Fall in Love with Me from the last saga really won me over. It's really good. But also any Athena song, so My Goodbye, that slaps so much. But also Warrior of the Mind, which got me into the musical. Do you speak Portuguese? I'm from neighboring Portugal. Okay, now that's different because I did study Portuguese for 4 years, but from Brazilian teachers. I know Portugal obviously has a lot of different accents, but it would be boa tarde, right? Oh, boa tarde. Boa tarde? The D is pronounced different. Boa tarde, right? It's more similar to the Spanish pronunciation, but Portuguese from Portugal to me sounds like Russian. I don't know why. The pronunciation is so different. Thank you so much for replying. You got it, girl, or guy, or non binary person. Sure. People don't remember Clippy. I'm so old. Protest against AI. Is that what it is? Then I love it because I hate AI. Okay, if I liked School Bus Graveyard, which I feel like we've established that I do, I should read Marionetta. Medium Bullstone. Ooh. She's best friends with her? Okay. Let's see if I remember. Damien Godlock says hi. Hello. Mm-mm. I must start reading the Percy Jackson books. They seem cool. You're here and you haven't read them? Hello? Welcome to Dairy Fan. Okay. I'm impressed that you're here, but I'm glad that you are. Even over Bad Boy Supreme, I guess we're talking about the Leo versus Nico discussion. I think so. I feel like overall, Nico was written better. Do I think Leo had more potential? Maybe. But I don't know. I feel like he lost it, and I did not like seeing him in Trials of Apollo. I'm sorry. Have you seen Project Hail Mary? No. Is it out yet? Kevin Persis, I like your taste. The one gripe I have with that freaking movie is that they literally started playing trailers for it at the beginning of 2025, and it hasn't come out yet here in Spain. So I'm just very confused. Why did they show the trailers a year before it's coming out? And then they stopped. There's no more trailers. That's just my personal gripe because I go to the cinema a lot. Okay, I had to do a quiz in school today. One of the question was, where is the Athena Parthenos located today? So you know I had to say Camp Half-Blood. Apparently, the correct answer was, I don't know. Wow. Sacrificed one for the meme. Hi in Polish is mm, Czech. I don't know. Nordic languages are so hard for me. Give me a romance language and then I will read it. How can you watch the Epic musical? Are you asking for like a tutorial? You can either watch it by watching me react to it. I have a whole like almost 2.5 hour long video reacting to it, or just look for the playlist in order, the soundtrack, and then look for the song title with the words animatic after it. And then you shall find it. It's very good. You really want to do that. Don't watch the second saga right before going to sleep. It'll give you nightmares. What was the saddest death out of all book series? I am not going to I'm going to spoil things here because I always spoil things for people because I've read these books. Like I read all the main deaths almost 10 years ago. So I forget that people aren't up to date. So not doing that. Mm-mm-mm. I'm so proud of myself because I made my friends listen to Epic and now I have someone to sing it with. So yay. You're so lucky. I have no one to sing it with. But they are doing an amateur production of Epic in Madrid next week and I'm going to watch it and I'm so excited. Really interesting to see how they translate it because it's not an easy musical translate. There's no dialogue at all, so there's nothing to hide behind. Hazel Levesque 13 says hi. Hello Hazel, how you doing? Once wrote a fanfic where I dated Bianca D'Angelo. Funnily enough, I once wrote a fanfic in here where I dated Nico D'Angelo. This was before I read Heroes of Olympus, and in the before times, before we knew about Nico, because it hadn't come out. So I was like, I need a guy to date with in my mind. And obviously, Percy's taken, so not him. My options were very limited. I need to know if I should keep reading Heroes of Olympus. Let me know where you're at, but the answer is yes. You should. If you had to pick any character to have their own invincible war, who would you pick? Why would I choose that destiny for anyone? That's terrible. So I guess someone I hate. I don't know. I usually have a hard time remembering characters I hate because I block them out of my mind. Project Hail Mary is coming out this week. You're probably thinking the US. Remember, Spain, Europe, the rest of the world, we get different release dates. So I have no clue when it's coming out in Spain. Okay, Rachel Dares, Blue Hairbrush, says, Hi, I'm a huge fan. I love your videos. My name is Aster. Aster, have you watched the animated TV show Young Justice? Because there's a recurring theme where Dick Grayson, aka Robin, creates words like disaster, it's like feeling the aster, or why isn't anyone just whelmed instead of overwhelmed or underwhelmed? So now aster, I always think of that. Polish isn't Nordic, it's up there, okay? Anything north of Spain is Nordic to me, okay? I'm sorry. You're Iberian, so you might know as well. I don't know if you're from Spain or from Portugal, but to me, anything over France, really. You're the north of Europe. It's Nordic to me. Love your nails, girl. I'm so happy that I did my nails before this because I never do my nails, but I was bored and I had time, so I was like, I'm gonna do this. I actually thought of doing my nails live, but I'm so glad I didn't because they would be smushed all over the place. Mm-mm-mm. Mhm. What's your favorite emoji? Mine is and the bow and arrow. I love the sparkle emoji. I also like the one that's like the nodding one. There's also one that's smiling with its eyes closed, and I feel like that's a way to agree, but also in a condescending way. And I love that. Molester Moon is always a fun one. Ooh, okay. People are translating epic to Polish. I don't know how similar are Polish and English because that's a very important factor when translating because Spanish and English aren't very similar, and Spanish takes longer to express an opinion than English. So, kind of worried. Okay, I'm liking that people love Epic this much. You haven't watched Young Justice? You definitely should. Okay, it means star in Greek. Okay, love that. Aster, I feel like that's such a great name. Also, when you watch Young Justice, because I'm sure you will, because I've recommended it, you should just watch season 1. If you want to self-sabotage, I'll even allow to watch season 2. But that ending is not canon to me, and anything that comes after season 2 is not canon. Season 1 is literal perfection. Everything after that is dead to me. What's your least favorite Barberton book? It's a no-brainer. It has to be, I'm going to say Court of the Dead, a Nico D'Angelo adventure, followed closely by Wrath of the Triple Goddess. Okay. A lot of people have to go, and that's great because I also have to go. So today, I'm ending this without it being a 5-minute goodbye. So, yeah, obviously, wasn't very that good. Um, I'm just gonna say goodbye, and I'm gonna finish this and gonna go have dinner, maybe watch some Smallville. So, I'm sorry, Damien. I have to go. Also, do you know that there's a Robin called Damien? Very good Robin. Okay, everyone say your goodbyes. Say your goodbyes. Okay, goodbye. Yes. Mm-hmm. Are you a theater kid? Yes, I'm a theater kid. Can you tell from how annoying I am? Okay, everyone. Okay, when this reaches an hour and 15 minutes, I feel like that's a nice rounded number. Ooh, Emily from Cabin 3, goodbye. Okay, that's 30 seconds. Maybe that's a long time. But everyone can just use that time to give me little hearts. The worst thing is that this isn't even my record for longest live that I've done on my own. I just love talking to you guys too much, but I feel like it was productive. I learned a lot. Like, people want me to read Caraval, but also people don't think that I would like it. And I feel like that's a nice conclusion to this. Okay, I'm gonna stop waving. Five, four, three, two, one. Everyone, goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.